Minister for Culture, Communications and Sport, Mr. Patrick O'Donovan, members of Governing Authority, members of the Academic Council, invited guests, parents, partners and families, graduands of the class of 2025, colleagues. A meeting of the University is hereby convened for the purpose of conferring academic awards. Exercising the power granted to the University of Limerick by Oireachtas Éireann, I hereby confer degrees of the University on the graduands from the Faculty of Education and Health Sciences and Interfaculty programmes. Graduands not present are hereby conferred in absentia. It is an honour to stand before you today on behalf of the President of University of Limerick, who unfortunately cannot be with us. Shane has asked me to convey his sincere congratulations to you all. Conferring is a celebration of achievement. It is always a moment of immense pride for our university community. It acknowledges the hard work and dedication of our staff and students and of those who have supported them. And for our students, it is a promise of what's to come. 42 years ago, I sat where you are now, well, in the old canteen where Red Raisins is today. I never imagined that one day I would be up here in my black and gold robes conferring degrees on so many outstanding UL students. I am genuinely delighted to share this day with you today. Graduands, that's all of you in the robes who are about to become graduates. Today we stand together to celebrate a significant milestone in your lives, the conferring of your degrees from University of Limerick. Through your education here at UL, you have honed your skills and broadened your knowledge to allow you to question and explore what the world has on offer. I hope you have also forged lifelong friendships and are ready to embark on a new journey that holds endless possibilities. You are graduating from a top 500 university. Think of it. There are hundreds of thousands of higher education institutions around the world, 3 in this town alone. And we are in one of the top 500 globally and the top 150 in Europe. You should take real pride in this figure and walk tall with your qualification. It will be recognised around the world. But we are not just in an educational institution. We are a vital part of the societal fabric, contributing to economic, cultural and intellectual vibrancy of the Midwest region. We are the first university established in Ireland since the inception of the state. We do not have a royal charter or a royal prerogative, but we have something far more important, the mandate of the people from the Midwest region of Ireland. We are founded on the will of the people of the Midwest, people who marched in the 1960s to overturn a previous historical slight. Our mandate is to develop talent and to help drive innovation and growth. You are the lifeblood of this endeavour. You now join a community of almost 140,000 UL alumni, outstanding people like our Chancellor Bridget Laffan and those we honour at our annual Alumni Awards, who have gone on to do wonderful things and add real value wherever they have gone and whatever they have done. We hope that you will now do the same, taking up the baton and acting as our ambassadors. And who knows, we might see some of you back at our Alumni Awards. I would like to acknowledge your families now and those who have supported you on your journey. To the parents, carers, friends and supporters among you, you have created this opportunity for them, often at considerable cost. Today we set them free, but it is to fulfil their dreams and potential. It is their day, but it is very much your day too. Graduates, you should really think about this today. The people who have supported you are absolutely in your corner. They are committed to you. You will not encounter that commitment in most everyday experiences. So you should take time to reflect on their service, loyalty and support. A conferring is a moment in your life where you can express your thankfulness for what they have done for you. I would urge you, don't let it pass. The staff here at the university also need to be acknowledged. You can see them behind me, a wonderful, colourful crew of academics, our various vice presidents and our executive dean. They are outstanding colleagues and are completely committed to your education. I'm really proud to work for them and with them. They engage in such a noble pursuit, helping you to excel, engaging in knowledge exchange for the good of humanity and society. They are educators and scholars, all outstanding experts in their fields, national and international commentators, innovators and policy influencers. It goes without saying that we as an institution and you as students owe them a debt of gratitude. They enrich our lives. But it's not just the academic staff, it's all of our staff. The support staff who make sure that all the background things happen, the grades and the schedules, the work placements and co-op, the registration, the ground staff who maintain our wonderful campus, the porters, the brilliant conferring team, and our interpreter, Carrie, who stood beside me for the whole week through 10 ceremonies. I'd just like a very quick round of applause to Carrie because she's done this for us all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Our community in UL want you and your loved ones to experience a great day today because we are proud of what we do, because we are very proud of you, and we are proud of this wonderful institution. I will finish up with 3 wishes for all of you graduating today. You now have the proficiency and competency that your qualification confirms. This isn't in doubt. These wishes are at a different level. They are in addition to the more obvious wishes of health and good luck that we all need to get through life. So my first wish is that you should come to know your values, what you are about, what you stand for as you progress through life. The things that you believe are important will shape the way that you live and work. The more you know your own values, the better prepared you will be when life throws you curveballs, which it will do. You will also only know the extent to which you really hold these values when they are tested, and I'll illustrate this with a small story. Liz Oyer, a lawyer and former pardon attorney under President Biden, was dismissed after refusing to recommend restoring gun rights to a well-known actor convicted of domestic abuse. Her decision was legally sound, yet her refusal led to her being fired and a threat to send US Marshals to her home. Oyer had committed no misconduct. She simply upheld the law and her principles. Her courage in resisting political pressure, even at personal cost, is remarkable. She knew her values and she stood by them. I'd be proud to work with somebody like her, someone who is principled and courageous and willing to speak the truth to power. She embodies the kind of integrity that we value here at UL. So you should know your values. They may be challenged as you move through, they may change as you move through life, but it is important that you know what you stand for and remember that when you are tested. My second wish for you is that you will have the courage in your lives to really stretch your talent. We all have intrinsic value and dignity as individuals, but real personal and professional growth is often difficult and outside our comfort zones. Strive to be the best version of yourselves, to dare greatly. Remember the poem, Our Greatest Fear, by Marianne Williamson. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So graduates, play big. Have the courage to let your light and your talent shine. My final wish for you is that as you advance through your careers, that you stay humble. This is obviously linked to the last wish. Remember the classic fable of the peacock and the crane. It is a story about appreciating unique abilities and greatness in those around us. It's a very simple story. A peacock with a wonderful plumage encountered a crane, whose feathers were a simple, elegant white. Do you think, the peacock smouldered with pride, that anything is as beautiful as my feathers? The crane replied, my feathers may not be as colourful as yours, but I have the ability to fly, to soar through the sky, and travel to many distant lands. You are only able to stay on the ground and display your beauty for all to see. The peacock had been so focused on his own appearance that he'd failed to recognise the abilities of others. His pride in his appearance had blinded him to the value of the crane's talents and brought him to a place of utter foolishness. Graduates, don't be a peacock. Understand that true beauty lies not just in appearance, but in a person's ability and talents. Keep an open and humble heart that appreciates the unique gifts of everyone around you. So my 3 wishes: that you know your values, that you act with courage in pursuing your talent, and that you remain humble and acutely mindful of the greatness and talent of those around you. All I have left to do now is, on behalf of our President and the entire university community, is to congratulate you on your achievements and your success to date and wish you ever more success. Thank you for attending our beautiful and our great university. Our hope for you now is that you create good lives for yourselves and for the people around you. We wish you every success in your future endeavours, and of course, enjoy your celebrations. Gurv Mila Mahagud.
I call on Professor Deirdre McGrath, Executive Dean of Faculty of Education and Health Sciences, to present the candidates for the conferring of undergraduate and taught postgraduate awards.
Deputy President, the Academic Council of the University has been satisfied that the following candidates are worthy to be conferred with undergraduate and taught postgraduate awards. Therefore, I present the candidates and request you to confer the awards on them.
Associate Professor John Perry will present the candidates in each award category in alphabetical order of surname.
Certificate in Exercise and Health Fitness, Graco de Oliveira Giovanna. Higher Certificate in Exercise and Health Fitness, Hurley Emma Christina. Diploma in Exercise and Health Fitness, Leahy Katrina. Diploma in Psychology, Bradley Searsha. Desmond Philip. Fonseca Dion. Geraghty Marianne. Nolan Rachel Ann. Ryan Emma. Shoaga Christina Barbara. Bachelor of Science in Exercise and Health Fitness, Byrne Elaine. Fresh Andrea. Gorry Sarah. Kelly Liam. O'Connor Sean Daniel. O'Donovan, Dan. O'Sullivan, Rory. Quinn, David. Reid, Warren. Ryan, Alice. Bachelor of Science in Exercise and Health Fitness Management. Barry, Dylan, John. Brady, Hugh. Bridgman, Dara. Darmody, James Francis. Donaghy, Owen. Doyle, Tom. Drennan Walls, Lonica. English, Jason. Fleming, Sarah. Glynn, Mark. Hyam, Daniel, John. Kerwin, Christine. Cran, Neve. Lonergan, Connor. McConville, Luke. McInerney, Dara. Mulry, Shauna. O'Hanlon, Sean. Ryan, Evan. Bachelor of Science in Paramedic Studies. Anderson, Rory. Bell, Caroline, Charlotte. Blanche O'Malley, Kieran. Collins, Lorraine. De Bruyn, Donica. Dillon, Ella. Doherty, Neve. Ferry, Megan. Gallagher, Sarah. Green, Kira. Lynch, Sophie Jean. Mangan, Anya. Mannion, Connor. McGuinness, Theo. Murphy, Tara. O'Connor, Kieran. O'Hara, Emma Teresa. O'Rourke Vaughan, Rachel. Rowsome, Aoife. Watts Barnacle, Emmett. Bachelor of Science in Paramedic Studies, Practitioner. Abby Graham. Alon Jan Daniel. Blumenstadt Winter Christian. Dylan Ashley. Ersgaard Peter. Flosserson Askia Valor. Gray Peter. Hermansen Bierge. Haherdorn Mork Alexander. Kirwan William. Koch Philip Müller. Crow Rasmus. Lasserson Henning. Linkvist Morton. Lowe Jesper. Leiberth Martin Alex. Lingby Mads. Matson Martin Chris Westfall. Olafsson Sheoyan. Olsen Kasper Schur. Quigley Neve Marie. Rodskard Kenneth. Ryan Mark. Stenham Alan Hoetvet. Thurstrup Kim Rindom. Wittinghus Sven. Wise, Simon. Williams, Mickey Fern. Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Barry, Claire. Bozanak, Tara. Brinkley, Queever. Challoner, Ava. Collins, Eleanor. Connaughton, Jones, Roshin. Corcoran, Emma. Crowley, Lauren. Culhan, Roisin. Cullen, Thomas Samuel. Cunningham, Anna. Cunningham, Catherine. Daly, Mia. Dolan, Elise. Doyle, Leah. Drum, Anya. Dunn, Ava. Dunn, Ellen. Dunn, Zaylee. Folan, Patrick. Foley, Zara. Gleason, Tara Catherine. Hamilton, Tara. Hannon, Aideen. Holmes, Dara. Hurley, Sarah. Kenny, Leah. Kyo, Aoife. Kirby, Aoife. McLoone, Nisha. MacDonald, Aisling. Manning, Kerry. Matashuk, Cornelia. McCormack, Katie Marie. McGowan, Eleanor. McMahon, Jade. Moore, Sophie. Mulcahy, Siobhan. Malarkey, Aoife. Murphy, Aisling Jane Beer. Murphy, Kira. Murphy, Emma. Murphy, Holly. Murphy, Moraid. Naylor, Jamie. O'Boyle, Brandon. O'Brien, Ava. O'Brien, Kevin. O'Callaghan, Aisling. O'Connor, Aisling. O'Farrell, Kira. O'Hagan, Dara. O'Sullivan, Anya. Passas, Shamian. Rafferty, Laney. Rimpo, Patricia. Rochford, Jack. Rock, Lena Elizabeth. Ruddle, Jenny. Ryan, Dara Patrick. Vaughan, David. Walsh, Lauren. Bachelor of Science in Sport and Exercise Sciences. Barrett, Christopher. Benson, Hronya. Bamvera, Molly. Brogan, Dervla, Jacqueline. Butler, Lauren. Butler, Shauna Marie. Callahan, Kevin Thomas. Casey, Anya. Cleary, Rachel. Clifford, Owen. Coleman, Evan Patrick. Corcoran Michael. Corlin Connor. Cross Sarah May. Cunny Chloe. Dalton Siobhan. Doherty Alice. Dooley Sarah Teresa. Duffy Killian. Duggan Adam. Degnan Michelle. Dunn Queever Elizabeth. Edwards Murphy Sive. Finlay Aoife. Finity Keith. Flaherty Neve. Flynn Shane Daniel. Gallagher Roisin. Grady Joe. Griffin Roisin. Hippolyte Kean. Kennedy Emma Louise. Kieran's Holly. Loftus Stephen Damien. Long Eamon. Long Leah. Line Seamus William. Maher Ananya Leah. Marinan Zoe. McElligott Ashleen Maria. McFadden Neve. McCune Sean. Muniz da Silva Jogo. Murphy Ava. Murphy Eve. Murphy Regan. Murphy Sean. Murphy Stephen. O'Callaghan Roisin. O'Connor Berkery Samuel. O'Flaherty Tom Padder. O'Sullivan Charlie Joseph. Owens Fiona. Roach Beth. Ryan Corey. Shanahan William Jack. Sheehan Matthew. Slattery Dara Paul. Sweeney Leah. Tuffy Ella. Walker Connor. Professional Diploma in Mathematics for Teaching. Adams Kelly Kira. Burke Queever. Brady Ema. Brazil Molly. Brilly Annette. Burke Claire. Casey Lauren. Clifford Tanya Louise. Coleman Amy. Corbett Laura. Courtney Mairead Francis. Davis Rachel. Devaney Kevin. Deneen Marion Teresa. Duggan Trevor. Foskin Anna Louise. Guilfoyle Gary. Higgins Rachel. Horan Ria. Kingston Susan. Klein Mega Elizabeth. McCarthy Kate. McCarthy, Robin. McDonough, Michaela. Murphy, Ashley. Odongo, Sheena. O'Donovan, Ross. O'Halloran, Clodagh. O'Regan, Orla. O'Reilly, Aoife. O'Sullivan, Benjamin. Pallanders, Hanif Aylin. Rabbit, Nigel. Sauvage, Oil Orla. Summers, Tara. Timothy, Ross. Verrier, Jerry. White, Zara Selina. Wilhare, Care. Wilson, Richard. Woods, Donna Marie. Professional Master of Education, Bennett, Ema. Bradshaw, Shane. Brennan, Rebecca. Burke, Shannon. Burns, Sarah. Butler, Owen. Byrne, Anne. Cahill, Alison. Campbell, O'Sheen. Campbell, Patrick. Carolyn, Matthew. Costello, Sean. Curtis, Geraldine. Dempsey, Olivia. Devery, Aileen. Duffy, Matthew. Fahy, Stephen. Flynn, Emma. Fox, Shane. Friel, David. Gill, Anthony. Gillan, Sarah. Gordon, Shane. Halloran, Roisin. Hartford, Finn. Haw, Mary. Hegarty, Owen. Hennessy, Annette. Jennings, Luke. Kavanagh, Dirren. Kelly, Paul. Lally, Adam. Leonard, Anna. Lynch, Jason. Lynch, Rachel. Lynch, Richard. Lyons, Aoife. Maher, Grace. Mahan, Nigel. MacDonald, Aoife. McGough, Connor. McGree, Jack. McInerney, Therese. McManus, Anya. Moriarty, Quiver. Murray, Owen Patrick. O'Connor, Alex. O'Donnell, Ema. O'Donoghue, Kelly. O'Hanlon, Orla. O'Leary, Keith. O'Sullivan, Megan. O'Sullivan, Shawnee. Power, Owen. Prendergast, Dylan. Prendergast, Sarah. Quigley, Ellen. Reed, Dylan. Reddin, Hazel. Robinson, Owen. Robinson, James. Rogers, Declan. Ryan, Alicia. Ryan, James. Scally, Rebecca. Toomey, Neve Angela. Van Haren, Johannes. Walsh, Daniel. Walsh, James. Ward, Hugh. Whiston, Alison.
Professor Anne MacPhail, Associate Vice President of the Doctoral College, will present the candidates for the award of Research Masters and Doctoral degrees.
Deputy President, the Academic Council of the University has been satisfied that the following candidates are worthy to be awarded Research Masters and Doctoral awards. Therefore, I present the candidates and request you to confer the awards on them.
The Research Master candidates have successfully undertaken a programme of study involving the submission of a thesis and its examination by internal and external examiners. The candidates will be presented with their parchment by the Interim Provost and Deputy President. Master of Science, Gray Madison. McNally Kathleen. The doctoral candidate has successfully undertaken a programme of study and research involving the submission of a thesis and its examination by internal and external examiners. The candidate will be presented with his cap by his internal supervisor. The candidate will then be presented with their parchment by the Interim Provost and Deputy President. Doctor of Philosophy, Michael O'Callaghan. Michael has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Professor Liam Glynn. The title of Michael's thesis is Using Different Data Sources to Inform a General Practice and Public Health Response to a Global Pandemic. Michael will now be presented with his cap by his supervisor, Professor Liam Glynn. I now call upon the Deputy President to present the Special Distinction Awards. Silver Medal. First place for highest QCA, Faculty of Education and Health Sciences goes to Mickey Phones Williams, Bachelor of Science, Paramedic Studies, Practitioner. Cooperative Education Award. The Cooperative Education Award 2025 goes to Emma Murphy, Bachelor of Science Psychology, who completed her co-op with Limerick Mental Health. So it's now my honour to call on Mr. Patrick O'Donovan, Minister for Culture, Communications and Sport, to make an address to you all.
Magwini Ushle, La Sugtran, den Olskol, Fobel den Olskolle, Gaharhe, Lucht, an Olskol Unjov, Naskalari, Natishmahori, Agus Magwini Ushle Galir, is more an Ahasum, Ve Anshanyov, Con Kupla Fokalara, an Okad Special to Shin, in a Wilshiv Galir, Egwint Vor Game, as an Olskol Sha Olskol Limni. Before I start, can I just mention somebody who isn't here, and somebody who in my previous role as Minister for Further and Higher Education, I grew to have a great admiration to, and I spoke to the Deputy President about just before we came in, and that's the Acting President of the University of Limerick, Shane Kilcommons. Over the last number of years, Shane Kilcommons has, with the help of others here in the university, really rebuilt the reputation of the university. From a time of great difficulty to a time of celebration that you have today with your friends, your families, your partners and everybody else. As you heard from the Deputy President a while ago, a university in the top echelons of European universities. And I want, on behalf of myself and on behalf of the wider government, really to thank Shane. I know that he can't be with us today for personal reasons, for the Trojan work that he has done to make sure that the university that you now no longer graduands of, but rather graduates of, is one of the finest universities in Europe. Can I say to the graduates, today is a really happy occasion for you all, but I'm sure for some of you there's also maybe an empty chair over the last number of years. Some of you may very well have lost a loved one. Some of you may very well have lost a classmate or experienced grief in your life. And I'm sure today for many of you, as you gather around the table later on and celebrate, which is a really fabulous occasion for yourselves, a milestone, you will be thinking of people who helped you on this journey. And this journey really began for you when you were brought into the world with your parents and then given over to people like myself, primary teachers, to bring you through your primary education onto secondary school and then ultimately to make the decision to come to the University of Limerick. And in that journey, massive sacrifices were made by a huge amount of people. Yourselves, obviously, you had to knuckle down and put your head down and make sure that it wasn't every night in around town that you were. And while there was a pub in my time called the Library, I'm sure you probably actually frequented the real one. But as well as that, your parents made huge sacrifices, financial and others, to get you to the place that you are today. And really, I think on behalf of all of us, we really owe a great debt of gratitude to your parents, to your guardians, to your siblings, to your partners, to people who haven't seen much of you but would love to see a lot more of you, and I'm sure they will this evening, that were part of the journey, and as well for those who are no longer with us, that were really part of that journey, of your journey to education, as I say, from junior infants right up to today, to when you might have even had a doctorate conferred upon you. And that journey of education doesn't stop for you today. As a former Minister for Further and Higher Education, I can attest to it. I did an undergraduate degree in chemistry and maths from UCC. I had a great job as an analytical chemist, and I decided I didn't really like it. And I went back out of the blue and gave up what was a great job. As my father said, you're walking away from a pension to become a primary teacher. And my father was of a generation that didn't have a second level education. And it's not that long ago that an access to a second-level education in this country was something that was reserved for the merchant classes or those that had scholarships. And he wasn't on his own. Most of his classmates either went and got a trade, got a job, or immigrated. And two things really transformed this country and modernised it to the country that it is today, that you are really, I suppose, products of. The first was the abolition of fees for second-level education by another former Limerick minister, Donogh O'Malley. And the second was our entry into what was then the European Economic Community, which is now the European Union. It has been transformative, for young people especially. It has dragged us out of being a pale, male and stale country into a country that's pluralistic, open, modern, inclusive, and a country of colour. And it's a country that has difficulties for academic staff and universities to pronounce surnames, and that is a good thing. And for those who say that they wave the Irish tricolour in the faces of those who might look different to me or a lot of you and say you're not welcome here, they don't speak for me, and they don't speak for the true Irish character of the people that love to see people coming into this country and get... They don't speak for me or families like mine around the country, because it's not that long ago that my uncles left brewery in South Limerick with literally nothing. There was one farm and 3 boys, so do the maths. 2 had to go, and they went to the United States where there was nothing. They didn't meet people on the side of the street waving the stars and stripes into their face and saying there's no place for you here. And the racism that has come into Ireland in recent years is something that all of us have an obligation to fight against. And I would say particularly to the graduates here today, you know, yes, you'll have a party tonight and you'll have, I'm sure, great celebrations. But as you go out into the world and take on the responsibility of getting a job and everything else, also take on the role of leader in your own community. And don't let it to the people around the corner to say that somebody isn't welcome in your area just because they have a different type of a surname to the one that we have, or that their skin colour is different. Everybody is welcome in this country, and the words Céad Míle Fáilte do mean 100,000 welcomes. And I know this probably better than most people in this room, because it's not that long ago I was hospitalised. And in the Irish hospital system, the Irish health system at the moment, we're very fortunate to have people of colour and people whose surnames we find it difficult to be able to pronounce, because they diagnose us, they look after us, they teach us, they care for us. They do exactly the same in Ireland what the Irish did in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand, in England. They walk the streets, policing it, they clean the streets, they nurse us, they're doctors, they're teachers. They are people that are no less Irish than we are, and we need to embrace them. I think that this is an opportunity for you as young Irish people emerging out into a society to really encapsulate what it is, that the type of country that you want for the future. The University of Limerick has given you, I suppose, the starting blocks in terms of what it is, that the type of life that you would like to have. But if I could encourage you to do anything, it is to be civically minded, it is to be open-minded, and it is also to inform yourselves as to what's going on, not just in the street around you, but in the world around you. And what's going on around us in the world at the moment is pretty crap. Let's call a spade a spade. Thankfully, there are countries like Ireland who are prepared to say every now and again, you know, that's just not right, and that's certainly not fair. And the reason that we do that, not that long ago, we were the small guy who nobody stood up for. When we declared our independence in 1919, nobody stood up for us. Nobody said it's time that the Irish are given the right to self-determination. Nobody said it's time that the Irish are given an opportunity to do their own thing. And that's why I think it's fabulous this evening that I heard there earlier on that a group of students are coming here from Gaza. And that's something that I think will really form an inspiration for a younger Irish generation to get civically minded and civically involved, and not to take at face value what you read on a phone as fact, because most of the time it isn't. I'm Minister for Media and I'm Minister with responsibility for communications. And one of the things that I would urge you all to do, your parents and your grandparents here as well, is to inform yourselves of the world that's going on around you, to become civically minded, because our democracy is fragile. Yes, we are the 4th longest continuing serving democracy in Europe, but we cannot take it for granted. Young men and women like you need to take your place to make sure that that fragility of democracy and that scourge of racism that has come into this country in the recent past is something that we all stand up against and say, not in my name. So to all of you who have been conferred here today, for whatever discipline, can I, on my own behalf and on behalf of the government, congratulate you. As the former Minister for Further Education and Higher Education, and as now the Minister for Culture, Communications and Sport, can I say that the journey of education never stops. The day that you don't learn something about yourself, the community around you, your family, the environment, or where we live, is a wasted day. And while it might not necessarily have a parchment attached to it, there's always an opportunity to broaden your horizons. But make sure that the source that you broaden your horizons from is a trusted source and maybe not something that you would pass around as a joke on WhatsApp. So to you, your families, your parents, your guardians, your siblings, your partners and children, and everybody who has brought you to this journey today, to the academic staff of the University of Limerick and to support staff and everybody associated with the University of Limerick, can I just congratulate you and wish you all the very, very best of luck in wherever the road takes you up ahead. Arish, son on Realtas, or Mahon Fain, Mar Ara Realtas, Gormina Mina Magav.
So this ceremony is now concluded. Please remain in your seats until the platform party leaves the auditorium. Ushers will then direct graduates and groups to the exits. Guests will be ushered out after the graduates leave the auditorium. Thank you very much.